Customs. We're back out here. This is kind of our Monte Monday video, though no work is going to be getting done. I'm just going to talk to you guys for a few minutes. So bear with me if you want to listen to what I got to say. It's cold out, very cold. It has been in the single digits during the day for like the last week, and below zero at nighttime, and with the wind chill, it is pretty darn cold outside. So there hasn't been a whole lot of work being done in the shop, especially on the Monte Carlo. You can see the Jeep over my shoulder here, and we are in the wet sanding and buffing stage of that. So I've explained in the last couple of videos that this is my main priority, and we've been spending all our time out here on this when we can, when it's warm enough to be out here. And we have this huge storm coming over this upcoming weekend. I hope everybody stays safe out there and stays warm. We are in the northern section of that storm, so it is supposed to be brutally cold here. I think we're supposed to be -10, and that is supposed to last for several days. Down south, it looks like it's going to get pretty dangerous. They're calling for like -13 to 15 and rain. So I hope everybody stays safe out there, especially in the southern areas. As far as the Monte Carlo goes, we kind of left off in the last video with trying to test fit that second set of headers, which didn't go so well. And I told you guys that we were going to be making some phone calls and doing some research. So the phone call that I made, I talked to my buddy. He said that he's been through this before, and what he does is he undoes the trans mount and lets the transmission drop down at the tail end. And he said still a fight, but I should be able to snake them in there. So we're, once it gets warm enough for us to be out here, we're going to try that. We are going to have to pull the starter and the distributor cap for clearance, and we'll see how that goes. I did read on some forums, if you guys remember, in both the header videos, I kept getting hung up on the ears of that transmission, and I kept saying if those ears weren't there, I could get them to drop in. Well, it looks like on the forums everybody is cutting those ears off. Really don't want to do that. That kind of just seems like a hack to me. But it may be what we have to do. All the research that I've done, those are the headers that you can get. If I called Speedway or Jegs or any of these other companies out here that are selling headers nowadays, that's it. That's what you get. So also looking in on the forums, what people are saying is to undo one motor mount and tilt the motor up on the side, and you slip the header in and then drop the motor back down, and then bolt the header to the motor and do that on each side. They did say, you have to remove the starter. So I think between all those ideas that I have, that's what we're gonna work on attempting to do. So it seems like we just gotta do some disassembly and some finagling. I did watch a video of somebody doing this in an early 80s El Camino, which is basically the same thing. And they had the same headers. They attempted to put the motor in with the headers on, and they couldn't get it in. So me saying in the last video that maybe we have to pull the motor out, bolt the headers in, and drop it in, it doesn't look like that will work. They couldn't get it to clear the frame rails when they were dropping it in. So they ended up having to take the headers off and put the motor in. And then in the next video, the headers were back on. They did not show, unfortunately, how they did that. So hopefully, you know, the video of us, if we can get these headers in and get them on, it'll be a video for everybody to look up and see how to get this done, because I have looked up several different things, and there's really not a whole lot of good information out there on how to get these headers to fit in this car. So but I actually had a piece of mail sent to the shop. So this came from a buddy of mine, Rusty, in Florida. He sent this to me. I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. So let's go ahead and open this and take a look. He had sent me a message saying that he was sending this out for me to hang up on the wall. So let's see what he sent us. I've never gotten mail before. Very cool. So he knows that we collect plates. He sees them around the shop. He watches our videos, and he said that I needed a Florida plate, so he sent me out one, and he signed it for me. So very cool. We'll get this hung up here. He even wrote HDC on there. Nice. All right, so thanks, Rusty. We will definitely hang that up here. So sent us a little letter. I'll read that off camera. No need to read my love letters on camera there. But let's hang this guy up. I think we're gonna hang him up right here, next to my Chevy sign. All right. A couple screws. Hang this up. Days I have more plates to hang up, and I've been working on these pinstripe panels. We can start hanging those up. Maybe move a couple of these things around, make this area a little more pleasurable to look at. These manual screwdrivers are for the birds. All right. There we go. Our first Florida plate. but I read through the letter, and he asked a couple of questions that I think I can address on the video. He asked if the T-Bird that is sitting outside my shop here was my mom's T-Bird. He's been around long enough that he remembers my mom and that T-Bird. So, and yes, that is my mom's T-Bird. You know, I lost my mom probably 10 years ago or so. And shortly before we lost her, I did end up getting that car back. It had gotten sold to a friend of the family, and when they were done with it, I got it back. So I do have my mom's T-Bird out there. That will be, once the Monte Carlo is done in the back here, that's the next one that I'm bringing in, and we're gonna do that one next. So, so yes, thanks for noticing that was my mom's T-Bird. She was tickled pink when she found out that I had it back. So, and then you asked about the insulation in here. So I forget what it is. It's like R34 or something along those lines. It is from Menards. It comes in big, giant, like 50-foot rolls or something like that. And you just staple it up to the rafters. Normally it is something that, like you put your normal fiberglass insulation up, and then you put this over it. It's like a barrier. But this is all that we have in here. There is no regular insulation. It's just this stuff. And though it's not the greatest, I wish we would have insulated the shop prior to putting this stuff up. It did make a huge difference. I went from not being able to heat this shop at all to being able to heat it by putting this up. So, and it does work in, you know, I know that you're down in sunny Florida and it gets hot out there. What had led me to this was I had actually watched a YouTube video of somebody who was in a very hot area where his garage was getting 120 degrees during the day, and he put this up and it brought it down to 90. So that's a big 30-degree difference. That's what made me go with it. It was a lot cheaper to do this stuff than it was to do the pink insulation or the foam board insulation. It was a lot cheaper than that. We had went through and priced everything out, and this was the cheapest route. So hopefully that answers your question. And yes, I believe me and Colleen are past the 20-year mark. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. This summer should be a decent summer. I'm hoping. We are going to work on getting this place insulated properly, and get a gas line ran out here so that next winter we don't have this issue. The last 4 years that we have been here, we're going on 5 years now. Every year I've done a little bit more to try and keep this place warm, and it's just not enough. I think we're gonna have to, pretty much we're gonna have to gut everything out that we did, and I'm gonna pink board everything, and then we'll put this insulation back up over the pink board, and then I think I'm gonna rip out all the drywall that we did, and we're just gonna go with OSB. We're gonna OSB everything, and hopefully be able to get this place a little warmer. So that'll be a summer project, but that's something that we're going to be working on this summer, as well as everything else that's coming in. The Jeep will be gone this summer, so we'll have some new projects in here. I'm sure everybody's tired of seeing the exact same videos of the same vehicles all the time. I am going to. I have a list of vehicles that are waiting to get in here. So it's going to take me a little bit to get through that list, but once we get through that list, We're going to be changing some things up around here, and I'm not going to be taking in big jobs like this Jeep anymore. We're going to try and make sure that everything that comes through this shop is kind of quick and simple, so that, you know, every few months it's a new project coming in. So stay tuned, and hopefully, you know, stuff's going to start picking up and getting better around here. I will see you guys in the next one. Remember to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and stay safe and stay warm, especially you guys down in the southern states there. I'll be thinking of everybody. Stay warm. Later. I'm out.